cute cat tags. Good morning, Henry. Mr. Henry. Hi, Ben. You're very cute. Very cute. Hello. Hello, Jack Jack. Yeah. You silly boy. Ow. Silly boy. Good morning. I'm awake and I have to get ready for work because I have to go to my job and pay my bills and be responsible as a human. It's very unfortunate, huh, James? James? So today for lunch, because I'm lazy, I'm just packing a bunch of snack type stuff. So I have these granola bites. They're nut and gluten-free. I guess they have a lot of sugars. And a banana and a couple other things. By the way, this is the very cute lunch bag that I got from World Market. It was on sale because it was going to go out of stock, and there was like only 2 left, so I had to get one. So for dinner today, I'm thinking a cabbage stir fry with pork, and so I'm going to use this pork right here. Oh no, that's not pork. But country style ribs family pack. I'm gonna put it in the fridge to defrost. Alright, I have to find a spot for this somewhere. Okay, I found a spot for it to defrost. I do have to clean out this fridge over the weekend. Or after work, but probably not. James, what are you talking about? James, you're being so cute. Okay, so I took care of the cat's litter. They already have food and water. Now it's time for me to eat. So breakfast today is simply cereal and milk. This is by Malt Oatmeal, the Berry Colossal Crunch. It reminds me of Captain Crunch, and this is actually gluten-free. Let's see if it says somewhere on the back. Because I am a person that is pretty sensitive to gluten. And I think I looked up the ingredients. So it contains soy, otherwise corn, flour, sugar, blah blah blah. No gluten. I don't know where I saw that it was gluten-free, but I don't react to this. My tummy's pretty happy after eating this. I got my blanket. My cozy cat comfy blanket. That's purple. Got my cereal. I'm gonna watch a little bit of Grey's Anatomy before I head to work. Jack Jack is taking my leftover milk. Jack Jack, you naughty boy. Big kitty in a small spot. Small kitty in a big spot. Got my skincare and my lip gloss on, so I'm all ready for work. So before I have to go to work, I like to give them a little bit of treat. Thankfully, I could afford this. I know not everyone can. So here you go. Your before work treat. Wow. Here you go, Nelson. Bye, Nelson. Have a good day. My grumpy Nelson. Bye, Jasmine. Have a good day. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Bye, Jack Jack. When I say it's cold outside from earlier, I mean there's snow outside because it snowed for 4 hours yesterday. Gotta go scrape off the snow from my car. Okay, I'm officially ready and not ready emotionally to help check in about 300 patients today and tell them that we can't do their appointment if they're 40 minutes late when we only have a 15-minute grace period, or whatever else they come up with. Made it to work. There is a bit of slip and slide on the roads there. It should be illegal to be that cold outside because it's like 14 degrees, but here we go. Just got back home. Now I gotta give the kitty cats their treat that I give them after work. Work was not too crazy today. I just wish it was Friday. Today's Thursday. It's just one of those days where it felt like Friday all day and it should be Friday, but it's not. Work treat for being good kitties all day today. So they share one of these cans because that's what I could afford. Now let's go divide it. So half the can on this plate. Come here, Ben. And half the can on the other plate. It's cold, but it sure is pretty outside. Look at all that snow. So the pork that I left in the fridge all day to defrost did not defrost as much as I wanted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to either run it underneath cold running water for about half an hour to an hour, or I'm going to put it in like a really big pan or dish or something, turn it upside down and have it fill it up with cold water and just replace it every 20 minutes or so until this is defrosted, because I need this for my dinner tonight. The sun has gone down, so that means the cozy lighting is on, and I'm going to demolish those chips over there and watch my show. These chips, by the way, this is not sponsored, but these chips right here are actually really good. I ate like an entire bag all to myself in less than 24 hours, basically. Super delicious. I'm going to look up to see if they have more flavors that I might like. Jack. Why do you gotta be so cute and handsome and fluffy? Huh? Why you gotta be so cute? What? Come here. You're gonna fall off. You're gonna fall off. Gotta be careful. Yeah. You're a silly boy. Silly baby. Wow. So it's been defrosting in the cold water for a little bit. It got softer enough to take the package off, but not enough to break them apart or anything. So I put it on the plate, so I'm going to put it on the defrost setting in the microwave and see what happens. I put these on the defrosting setting for a couple minutes, and it defrosted enough that I could pull them apart and separate it into smaller portions for other dishes. This is today's portion. There's been a change of plan to the recipe a little bit. I was going to do cabbage stir fry, but the pork was going to be chopped up and then sauteed, and then the cabbage was going to be tossed in after that. But I forgot that this pork has bone in it. So I'm not going to chop it up small. I'm just going to cook it, saute it, put it to the side, and then toss in the cabbage so it gets the juices of the pork, which will cook in the dishes. I can't talk. So it will cook in the juices of the pork. And then the cabbage will also be a separate dish on the plate. It's not going to be as cohesive as I want it to be, but it'll still be yummy. And I will also serve this with rice. Okay, so what I'm doing with this is I chopped off the base. So I took out the core or the hard bit. And then I'm going to wash between each leaf so there's no dirt And then after I wash them, then I'm going to chop long ways like this. And then after that, I'm going to chop it horizontally like this. So then you get cubes of napkin cabbage. Also, I'm going to chop off like the first bit of this because some of this is like a little bit brown. Not all of it, but just a little bit. Jack, Jack. Hi, baby. Also on the other side, so I chopped off most of the core, but there's still a little bit right here. Yeah. So just that little bit right there, I'm just going to take out. And with these mushrooms, I'm going to not wash. I'm going to rinse them so that you get the dirt off. And then after that, I'm going to chop them into fourths. So you get like a fourth. Well, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know exactly what you call it, but you get 4 pieces of the mushrooms rather than cutting them long ways. I just do one cut and then the other cut right there. I just like to do it that way because no, a mushroom has gone to the mushroom gods. I just like to do it that way because then you get like a nice bite of mushroom when it cooks. Oh, that one almost sacrificed itself too. Jack, Jack. I'm also going to use an onion in this dish. So what I did is I cut it in half. So from point to point, I cut it in half, and then I took off, not the one with the roots, but the top side. I took off that side so I could start peeling it. So this one is already peeled, and this one I still need to peel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it long ways. So this is the root side. So you can see the roots right here. And I'm going to chop long ways so I get slices of onion. And I'm going to do the same side here. And then after that, I'm going to take off the root. Because I feel like, at least what I personally feel like and what I've experienced is when you take off the root first, that watery eyes feelings gets really strong because apparently this is where the strongest onion smell is. Okay, so here is what the chopped cabbage looks like. It's pretty much bite-sized pieces. And as you saute them, they're going to get like a little bit soft, but stay crunchy. These ones will obviously be softer because they're thinner. And then I chopped the onions into slivers. So we're going to toss all that in here. And then after that, I'm going to toss my mushroom quarters, also bite size, into here as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, mix all this, get it nice and uniform. And after the meat is cooked, I'm going to take the meat out and then saute this in the meat juices along with some sauces. Okay, so this is what the defrosted meat looks like at this point. I just put some olive oil in the pan, and I'm just going to let it saute for a little bit. This is what the pork looks like after it's cooked. I did check it with a meat thermometer. Nice and juicy. So I'm just going to pour these vegetables in here and saute them. I'm adding about 3 small spoonfuls of garlic because my big spoons, I would just do like 2 big spoons. Anyways, the big spoons are dirty right now. I'll also be adding a couple tablespoons of this gluten-free soy sauce. It's tamari, and it's gluten-free. It doesn't have any gluten or wheat in it, just soy. I'll be adding a couple sprinkles of this, just lightly sprinkled. And finally, 1 small teaspoon of this, because this can be strong. So a little goes a long ways with this. This is what the finished plate looks like. There's the pork with the rice and the sauteed mushrooms and cabbage and onions. It looks very yummy. I'm very excited to have it. I'm gonna probably put a little bit of soy sauce on the rice, but not too much because the cabbage has a lot of flavor. But yeah, I'm very excited. Well, I'm exhausted after all that cooking. That took longer than I thought. But I put away all the leftovers, I put away all the ingredients, and now I'm just gonna ignore the dirty dishes for now because I hate doing dishes. But it was a pretty good day today. Lots of shows, lots of yummy food, and work. Work was the only bad thing about the day. Of course, my cats. So I shall bid you good night. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more if you like more cat chaos or everyday life or gluten-free cooking. We would love to give you more videos. All the kitty cats say good night. Ben, James. Hi, baby. Nelson. You're a good boy. And Henry over there. Let's see if we can zoom in on him. Good night, Henry.